ninth house. Ninth house is your father. Ninth house is your dharma. Ninth house is your guru. Because father is your first guru, in a way, when a child is born, it's considered. Ninth house shows more or less if a person, what kind of guru and what kind of guidance he will receive, where he will receive the guidance from, what teachers, how is his equation with the teachers. Okay, these things will come out from the ninth house. Plus, ninth house also governs things like, suppose you're doing PhD and that level of study, ninth house comes into play. Okay, Pitru doshas and all that, if they are there in the chart, they are reflected among other things through the ninth house also. Okay, so ninth house is fundamentally your guru. Acha, ninth house also is your devata, by the way. Not just fifth, ninth is also your devata. Ninth is not just a devata, it is in your house or your wherever you do your spiritual practice. It governs and shows what kind of spiritual practice is it doing. Is that space nice or is that space problematic or whatever? Many things can come in ninth house. Ninth house is your connection to God. Okay. Then comes 10th house. 10th house is very powerful house. 10th house is your karma. 9th is dharma, 10th is karma. Karma is fundamentally where are you placed in society? How is society looking at you? What have you achieved in life? What is your area of work? So basically when questions on career and work comes in, 10th becomes very important. You see that what kind of work you can do. So now if you link this knowledge with the, initials of Jyotish are, people have to remember these things. If you don't remember, you'll never be able to do Jyotish. This should be completely inside your head. So we have talked about Mars as a graha that connects to police and army, and suppose someone has Mars placed in the 10th house, very strong, you can more or less predict that okay, this guy is going to likely to go into police or some this type of work. Okay, because that is the area of work and that is the graha placed there. Now if you change Mars and suppose Venus comes in, safely predict he is either going to be in some fashion industry or media or something like that. Change it to Moon. Okay, Moon I had said among other things is that food. So maybe you should open a restaurant. See, so change it to Sun. Try for government jobs. UPSC, this, that, it's just straight away. 10th house is also in some people consider 10th also to be father. Okay, but more or less fundamentally 10th shows your kind of your where do you stand in society, what work you can do, and how far you will succeed and things like that. Okay, so that makes it a very crucial house for people. Okay, 10th is that. Then comes to the 11th house. 11th house governs things like wealth, your earning. Okay, how much salary are you getting, or what is your earning from the work you are getting, whatever you are doing. Okay, 11th house is, first thing is earnings. Second thing about 11th house is that it also rules your friends. How is your friend circle? Okay, so if you have a Rahu in your 11th house, you will have Rahu influenced friends around you. Okay, like that. So wealth, earnings specifically, salary, what we call, all these things are 11th house. 11th house is also your friends. 11th house is also your elder sibling. Somebody who is elder to you. If you have an elder sibling, if at all you have an elder sibling, what is your equation with the elder sibling? All these things will come in 11th house. Okay, and 11th house is also your relatives, more or less, broadly speaking. See, whatever the as I'm saying about the different houses, these are like the first level. There are more things involved. As I said, 9 grahas, 12 houses govern everything in the world, if you can see it that way. Okay, so obviously the list will be very heavy. After 11th, so 11th house, if somebody has to give an example, if somebody has Jupiter in the 11th house, he'll make a lot of wealth, or he'll be clean wealth, because Jupiter is an ethical graha. Somebody has, say, Rahu in the 11th house, he'll be very rich. In fact, negative grahas, not negative, krura grahas in the 11th house bring tremendous amount of wealth, but there'll always be some corruption involved in it. It's not going to be, in fact, understanding these things in a horoscope, you can look at a person's horoscope and see that is he amenable to corruption or not. Can you bribe this person or not? Even better than predicting what is going to happen later, horoscopes work even more powerfully in understanding the nature of the person. How is he going to react? If you know your fundamentals in Jyotish well, you can figure out. Then after the 11th house, we come to the 12th house. 12th house is also sort of a negative house. Just like 6th and 8th, 12th. There is something negative and then there is something positive also. In the negative sense, 12th house represents hidden enemies you may have, hospitalization, long-term diseases, secret relationships, okay, which are not there in public, secretly some affair or something going on, etc. On the positive side, 12th house can represent meditative capacity. 12th house is, it's like that part of the mind or that zone. It's also your sleep, by the way. Yeah, 12th house is your sleep. So looking at 12th house, you can figure out whether a person dreams a lot, dreams less, good dreams, bad dreams. Many things you can figure out. And yes, meditative capacity. Whether you can meditate, because meditation is also like sleep, except you are not losing consciousness completely. Okay, you are being aware and you are going to a different zone. How far you can meditate or not depends on, often very good meditators have very strong grahas in the 12th house. Okay, so these are the 12 houses.